The bad news is cartoonists, journalists, some other people, police officer were killed in Paris.
This was really big.
It is, yes, especially in our business in particular.
Right.
Especially in your business in particular.
Right. And we have to not avoid who did this. Who did this, Jimmy?
Well, we presume, and I think
No,
it's safe.
not a presume. No. It's Muslim terrorists.
Yes, Muslim terrorists.
Right.
All right, there you go. Welcome to Gimme 5. And folks, why does it always fall on Bill Maher? Why is it only and always Bill Maher from that political end of the spectrum, or that end of the political spectrum, that comes forward and tells it like it is? Why is he the only one on that end of the political spectrum that tells it like it is? Why? I don't know. I disagree with everything else this man says. I think he's reprehensible in so many ways. But he speaks the truth. And he put Jimmy Kimmel on the spot a little. I don't feel sorry for Jimmy Kimmel. You had him on. You had to know what you were going to get. Here's more.
This happens way too frequently. It's like Groundhog Day, except if the groundhog kept getting his head cut off. And let's also give some credit to this newspaper. This was a satirical newspaper in Paris. These guys had the balls of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, their office was
balls
bombed.
were bigger than Gerard Depardieu. Because they kept doing it.
They were firebombed. Their office was set on
Absolutely.
fire. They continued. The editor said he'd rather die than change his right to free expression.
For the crime of being satirists, for the crime of drawing cartoons. This has to stop.
Yeah, well, how are you going to stop it? You can't stop it until you recognize it and are willing to talk about it for what it is. Some of us are, and Bill Maher is one of them. And here's more.
I'm the liberal in this debate, okay? I'm for free speech. To be a liberal, you have to stand up for liberal principles. It's not my fault that the part of the world that is most against liberal principles is the Muslim part of the world. There have been studies. We have facts on this. Treatment of women. They studied 130 different countries. 17 of the bottom 20 were Muslim countries. In 10 Muslim countries, you can get the death penalty just for being gay. They chop heads off in the square in Mecca. Well, Mecca is their Vatican City. If they were chopping the heads off of Catholic gay people, wouldn't there be a bigger outcry among liberals?
Yeah. That's all you would hear about. Absolutely. Or I mean, I can't even imagine like Catholics doing that or Jews doing that in Jerusalem. I mean, come on, it just wouldn't happen. He's right. Here's more.
Nation. That was my tweet. Yeah. No, we have to stop saying, when something like this that happened in Paris today, we have to stop saying, well, we should not insult a great religion. First of all, there are no great religions. They're all stupid and dangerous. And we should insult them, and we should be able to insult whatever we want. That is what free speech is like.
Okay, well, obviously I don't agree with that part of what he had to say. And he used the P word to describe a scared nation. That was the first beep you heard there. I will not repeat it. And he finished up with this.
I know most Muslim people would not have carried out an attack like this.
True.
But here's the important point. Hundreds of millions of them support an attack like this. They applaud an attack like this. What they say is, oh, we don't approve of violence, but you know what? When you make fun of the prophet, all bets are off.
Do you really think hundreds of millions of Muslims support this?
Absolutely. That is mainstream in the Muslim world, that when you make fun of the prophet, all bets are off. You get what's coming to you.
Yeah, and he went on to point out about what you get when you leave the religion. And, you know, what could you say? What can you say? There was a brilliant analogy yesterday made by Brigitte Gabriel about cancer, the cancer in Islam. And you know, people, it's like people saying, well, you have cancer cells in your body, but you have all these billions of other cells that are really great. The cancer is going to kill you, right? So I think that's an apt analogy here, right here, on the Steve Malzberg Show on Newsmax Television.